Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us up until now on this webinar. Now we are on the second session of this webinar, and the rules are more likely the same like the first session. Each of the speakers will be speaking about 20 minutes, then followed by Q&A session, as well as summary by the end of the session. There will be a door prize for the selected participant who ask the question as well. Therefore, if you have any question during presentation for one or each of the speakers, please type it on the comment section and we will collect it for you and we will up the question and will be answered on the Q&A session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on this second session, there are two speakers, which is from Japan and Indonesia, who already with us in this virtual room. Let's begin the first presentation on this second session. The first speaker is Dr. Il Johan Matsue, MAG. She is from Graduate School of Engineering, Ehime University, Japan. And she will be talking about easy and simple synthesis of alkali treated aluminum foil, HAA foil, as a potential material for bacterial removal in water. So here is the CV of Dr. Emi. So she was graduated bachelor degree in soil science from Gadjah Mada University, Indonesia, and then she continued her master's degree and doctor of philosophy in Ehime University, Japan. Next. So here is the brief career history of her. She was a lecturer in UPN Veteran Yogyakarta on 1990 to 1999. And also she is a GSPS postdoctoral fellow in Faculty of Agriculture at Ehime University, and she is also a researcher in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Graduate School of Engineering at Ehime University from March 2022 until now. Her research area are soil science, clay science, chemistry related to environmental conservation, synthesis of zeolite and porous material for environmental application. So that's the resume of Dr. Eni. This is also her awards and other experience of hers. Okay, that's the resume for Dr. Eni. Now let's greet Dr. Eni. Good day, Dr. Eni. Can you hear my voice? Hello, Dr. Emi. No, I cannot hear your voice. Maybe it's on the audio settings.
Hello, can you listen? Can you hear?
Yes, now I can hear your
Sorry,
voice clearly.
yes, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's
So,
okay.
thank you very
Good day,
much.
Dr.
Okay,
Emi.
okay. Good
Uh,
afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm fine too.
Okay. Thank you for making time for become a speaker for this webinar. I hope that you are in the good condition now during this it's winter in Japan, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm in Japan. It's 1 o'clock now. Yeah, it's winter.
Okay.
Also winter. Yes, winter in Japan. But today is
Okay.
good. How to say, like the good weather. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Emi, you have 20 minutes for present your topics. And then Dr. Emi, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Let me share my PPT file. Okay, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, good morning, or good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I would like to express my thanks to University Universitas Brawijaya, especially to Ibu Dahlia and all of staff and dean of Faculty of Veterinary Medicine for give me chance to share to be here. Okay, so and thank you, Dr. Esti, for introduction. My name is Ernie Johan. I'm from Ehime University. And maybe Ehime is not so familiar with you. So this is, if we see the Japan map, here is Tokyo, and Ehime is located in Shikoku Island. Okay, let's start with my presentation today. This is the background. So as a lack of safe drinking water has become a global problem, and according to WHO report, about 80% in rural areas lack of safe drinking water, and 2 billion people use fecal contaminated drinking water, and 485,000 diarrheal deaths each year, and mostly the infant death because of this problem. And as contaminants in drinking water, there are Escherichia coli and other microbes, heavy metals, and arsenic, for example. Then today I would like to focus my research on how to remove the E. coli, especially from the water. So this is very famous issue. For example, in Japan or Indonesia or Malaysia, every morning the children goes to school with smile, and we have a lot of water, clean water. But in many countries, they are still struggle to take water, to find clean water for their life. So this is the map of water safety. For example, and this is the green, and it's the country where we can drink water directly from tap water. But in Indonesia or Malaysia, even we cannot drink water from tap water, but we have water dispenser. So this is not, how to say, we are happy we still have clean water. And I'm not expert in aquaculture, but I'm sure that clean water is also important for aquaculture. Clean water means like water, how to say, like contain no bacteria or viruses. Like in this morning, Professor Marina also said that like because of virus, some shrimps get mortality. And this is, one day I saw in Ehime, there is one fish company, they usually send the fresh, not fresh, but live fish to other city. So it's need transportation for maybe 2 or 3 days. So they need clean water. I mean, bacteria or viruses free. So they use UV light to disinfect water, and then use for the how to say, live fishes to send to other city. And the other problem recently during 5 years, and Ehime also the pearl cell uh, the growing decrease because of the new virus attack to this shell. Ehime also is famous for pearl production. So the topic is how to provide clean water. This is the way to remove bacteria in water by boiling, chlorination, solar disinfection, UV light, using silver, copper, or zinc. But these ions are not good for our health, for human health. So another way to remove bacteria from water is by adsorption. This is my topic today. So the objective is to develop a simple, easy, and cheap tool for water purification through bacteria adsorption. So the goal is how to prepare easy use and regeneration of foil, alkali treated aluminum foil. This is our goal. So the road to achieving the goal is today. Now I will I will talk about the road to achieving this easy tool. Actually, many materials are able to absorb bacteria or heavy metals, but usually they exist as powder. So in case of powder, it's very difficult to separate after using in water, except if we have like equipment like centrifugation or maybe filtration. So several years ago, we have corporealization method or giving physical form to the powder. And this material is very convenient to use in patch water. This is the simple, we just put in contaminated water and then adsorption occur, and then we can remove this material by hand. And how to corporealize powder? First is heat embedment on non-woven sheet. This is, we have, I'm sorry because of the time I will not explain in detail. But we already succeed to make zeolite embedded sheet. And in case of silver retaining the zeolite embedded sheet can kill bacteria by silver ion. And the second is proton retaining zeolite embedded sheet also can kill bacteria. In this experiment, we use E. coli by low pH. But these two material were not still not enough, not good, because we don't like to drink acidic water. And then we come to another material we call LDH, layer double hydroxide. This is the definition of LDH, or hydrotalcite. Actually, is we can find in the nature, but very few as compared to zeolites and clay. Here, we just presume like in case of zeolite or clay has negative charge, so zeolite can absorb heavy metal. In case of LDH, oppositely, has positive charge, so LDH is able to absorb anionic pollutants such as arsenic, chromium, bacteria, and viruses. So the LDH actually very easy to synthesize in laboratory, just mixing this kind of salt and heat and at 80 degrees Celsius, and also many kinds of LDH. Okay, so here also I will skip how to make LDH. This is we have first is LDH embedded seed. Okay, we synthesize LDH here, LDH suspension. We just put the seed. This is polyethylene and polypropylene sheet, and just immerse or smear the LDH on the seed, and then dry it and heat it for 8 minutes. This is the result. And the left is the control non-woven sheet. And this is, we have two kind of LDH, magnesium, aluminum LDH, and ZNAL LDH. This is FBC SEM like this one. This is the fiber, and this the LDH attached on the fiber. This is the adsorption of E. coli in water using MgAl seed, LDH seed, and ZNAL LDH seed. So here for the plant, no change, but for the LDH, the amount of E. coli decrease up to 0. In case of medium nutrition, the how to say, like the plant increase very high, become more than 1,000 CFU per mil. But when we treat that with LDH seed, the bacteria, the E. coli amount decrease. This is the second corporelation is on surface synthesis. Okay, here we have LDH foils. So remember that composition of LDH is aluminum, magnesium, and OH. So aluminum foil contain aluminum. So it's mean we just need to add magnesium and hydroxide or NaOH. Then we try to use seawater because in seawater contain 0.05 mole per liter magnesium. And then first we have pre-treatment by put the aluminum foil and sodium hydroxide. We get this one hydrogen gas. And then after pre-treatment, we just put this foil in the seawater, alkali seawater. And then this material is effective to remove, to absorb the E. coli and water. And if we see the SEM like this one, this is aluminum foil and this is LDH foil, we can see the porous, this is LDH structure. And the second, we have another LDH foil. We use the similar method, but without the pre-treatment. In that case, we use various magnesium salt, MgCl2, magnesium nitrate, and seawater. And also various of alkali salts. We use ammonia, water, ammonia, and AOH, and magnesium hydroxide. And this is the fabrication of LDH foil. And this is how to use is a simple disinfection of water. Okay, this is the preparation method and characteristic of LDH foil. We have a combination of 12 LDH and almost same the capacity to absorb E. coli. And then please notice here, we use the alkaline solution source. We can use also magnesium hydroxide. Not only NaOH, but we still use MgCl2 and or MgNO3. And this is the result, like all of the material, all of the 12 materials can absorb the E. coli as compared to for the blank stable, but this is decreased after some is fast, some is slow, but otherwise all we succeed to make 12 kind of LDH or okay. Then this is we come to new discovery. We have alkali treated aluminum foil. Please remember again that we use MgOH2 as alkaline source. But then actually without at the time, why we have already magnesium and OH? Why we don't use only MgOH2 only? Can we get the LDH foil by this way? So we try to use put aluminum foil and MgOH to suspension only. So this is just simple immerse or soaking aluminum foil in an aqueous alkaline solution. The pH 10 to 12 and will produce AlOH3 on the surface. Actually, when we use MgOH2, the magnesium ion, we couldn't find in this aluminum because the magnesium, the solubility of MgOH2, solubility of magnesium is very low. So what we got here is not LDH foil, but we got AlOH3 on the surface of aluminum foil. Even though this AlOH3 has good capability to absorb bacteria, here we use E. coli from the treated water. So using the magnesium hydroxide is very easy and simple because no need to adjust pH and also no need to adjust the concentration. This is the mechanism of atta foil formation. We have aluminum foil and then we put in MgOH2 or any, actually we can also use any alkaline solution, for example, NaOH or ammonia water. But in that case, we have to be careful because if too concentrated, will dissolve all of aluminum foil. This is aluminium.
Sorry, Dr. Erni.
Yes.
You have 5 minutes left for your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I
Thank
think
you.
it's enough. Yes. First, the mechanism is the surface of aluminum oxide will be dissolved by this reaction. And then after that, the aluminium will react and dissolve and generated AlOH3 on the surface. The resulting AlOH3 will not dissolve unless if we add acid or concentrated alkali. And this is the experiment when we add Atafoya about 25 square centimeter in the tested water. Then we put in for this Atafoil for 24 hours. The concentration, the viable count of E. coli will decrease. This is the experiment result with different initial viable count of E. coli. And also the good things of this one, we already test the Atafoil also can be regenerated. So after this one, how to make, just put this one, for example, and pick, for example, for like aquarium, for example, we can use and put an aluminum foil in the box and then put in magnesium hydroxide and then wash to remove the white powder, then use Atafoil to disinfect water. Then after using, we can regenerate again by put this Atafoil, they use Atafoil and the same magnesium hydroxide again. The regeneration is effective for about maybe 5 times. Yeah, it's very, so this is the resume. The feature of Atafoil is easy to make using only disposable aluminum foil and magnesium hydroxide. And fabrication method is simple and easy, and the mistake will not affect the performance. The disinfection method is simply by placing it in a water container. And here, actually, the very low, the aluminum elution is very low. So the Atafoil is use-friendly, eco-friendly, and sustainable. Okay, this is my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. If you are interested to my research, you can see in ResearchGate. You can searching in Google by put my name and Ehime University or Erni Johan and ResearchGate. This is small introduction of my university. This is Faculty of Agriculture where I graduated and also I work for long and also now I work in Faculty of Engineering. And this is Dr. Eksan. Now he is teacher, lecturer in Andalas University, Indonesia. And he is Professor Marsue. He is also my husband. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Dr. Emily, for your presentation. It was a very intriguing presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you that if you have any question regarding to the Dr. Emily's presentation, kindly type it on the comment section and we will collect it to you for you. And then we will answer that on question and answer section. Okay, dearest participants, the next speakers for the second presentation is Dr. Muhammad Awaluddin Adam, SPMP, from Research Center for Marine and Land Bioindustry, National Research and Innovation Agency. He will be talking about health vulnerabilities and the effects of water pollutants on the vital organs of aquatic animals. Here is the academic qualification of Dr. Adam. He was graduated from bachelor's degree